So they just put up a trailer for Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, and oh boy is there a change. And the people who are old fans are gonna be happy. And welcome back to the heart of the stories we tell. A series where I spend way too much time thinking about what makes a story. And today's episode is Thrawn. Well, the whole season, but let's be honest, Thrawn's what we're really going to be talking about. Fans of the old expanded universe will say Timothy Zahn recreated Star Wars. Heir to the Empire was one of the first novels I read as a teenager, and I have to be honest, Dark Force Rising, and Last Command are three of the best in the expanded universe. However, this doesn't quite mean they're in canon. They might be. Realistically, canon's something a little hard to define with Star Wars. Until it's said in a movie, it doesn't happen. Until it's said in the cartoon, it hasn't happened. But this so far has introduced the idea that Grand Admiral Thrawn is out there, and this is a way it could have happened. But before we get too much in Thrawn, let's talk about the rest of the trailer. Kanan is still reeling from the results of the season finale. As we can see, the helmet has become a permanent part of him now, so that you can't see the scars of the eyes. This is still a kid's cartoon. You don't want to see what the lightsabers really did to him. However, much more interested in what's happened to his apprentice, Ezra, who is definitely going towards the dark side this year. I can't imagine what it is going on with the two holocrones merging. Obviously, Darth Maul is still going to play a role in this. I thought I heard them say something about something in the middle between dark side and light side, so this could be expanding on the whole idea of the Force, maybe leading into Episode 8. And is that a darksaber I see being held by Sabine? If so, that's a hint much more towards the last cartoon that's in canon, The Clone Wars. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. But okay, you've waited long enough. Grand Admiral Thrawn is the smart thinking man's member of the Empire. He's an alien that rose through the ranks, and in the original story he appears in, even knows about these creatures that can nullify the Force, giving him the ability to take on Force users like Vader without a worry. Now, I don't know if any of that's going to come into play or not. My bet would be no. However, the original books are a great place for you to read up on them. On my scale, I'd give them a solid gold. I'm even leaning towards platinum, but we'll go with a solid gold rating for now. Thrawn is a smart villain, and if played right, is going to totally change the idea of what we think of when we think of Star Wars Rebels. Slight spoiler warning for the books, I just want to talk about how he does his tactics. It was hinted at in the trailer. By looking at art of different races, he thinks he can get into their mind. And by looking at everything, the way they do finance, the way they do school, the way they do everything, he plans specifically. So when he's looking at those pictures in that trailer, he's studying the rebels. He's thinking, what is Ezra Bridger going to do? And that is how he's going to outflank them. His maneuvers are going to be precision. He's going to play on them to think that he's got the same flaws as every other Imperial threat, and then he's going to pounce. And to be honest, this could be the end of the Rebels cartoon, because maybe Thrawn wins in the end. So I'm going into this happy, looking forward to some good insights into how the Force works, maybe having a third faction, maybe finding out some hints on our way to Episode 8, and of course, getting to see Grand Admiral Thrawn again. But what do you think? Tell me about it, and we'll start a conversation down in the comments. In the meantime, may the Force be with you, and join me back here for our next jaunt through the heart of the stories we tell. Thanks for watching.